Good morning, everyone. My name is Elton Dixon. I'm sitting here in my capacity as the Vice Chair for Community and Economic Development for the Valdosta Lounge Chamber of Commerce. We are broadcasting live from the Valdosta State University STEAM Center, where we're hosting the 2024 Career Expo. And I have a panel of experts, people from local industry and people from regional programs here to talk about some of the opportunities that we want to create or that already exist for young people all over Georgia. And I'm going to begin by introducing some of our panel, starting on the end there. We have Ms. Crystal Godfrey. She's the Education Workforce Development Coordinator for Georgia Power. Then we have Ms. Mary Brooke Kane. She's the Talent Acquisition Manager for SGMC Health. Then we have Mr. Israel Cortez. He's the Recruitment Manager for Ace Electric. Then we have Ms. Carly Turner. She's with CJB Industries as the HR Manager. And then we have Mr. Reginald Legrand. He is the Tour Manager for Be Pro, Be Proud, Georgia. All right, so thank you all for being a part of our discussion panel today. All right, so I'm going to open up with the question, and let's have this one just kind of go from the far end all the way down. And the first question is just talking about career fields, careers that may be hidden behind that label, you know, the name of your company that students may not be aware of. What are some of those hidden career fields inside of Georgia Power?
Okay, this is a good question. My particular career is one of those hidden careers that people really don't know about that much. But at Georgia Power, everybody knows that we make, move, and sell electricity. So that's our business. And within each of those sections of the company, there are a lot of hidden careers that people don't know about. Generation, of course, is power plants, but we employ all kinds of people in a power plant, from of course, plant managers and control room supervisors, but also mechanics, all kinds of engineers, maintenance workers, anything. And a lot of these jobs do not require anything but a high school education. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Transmission and distribution, line work, tons of opportunity there. And then also our marketing, sales, customer service part of the business. Some other things I just kind of thought of that came to mind as far as hidden jobs people don't think about when they think about Georgia Power are things like our medical teams that work at all the power plants. We have company nurses, attorneys, security, education coordinators like myself, so those people that go into the schools and teach students about energy efficiency, STEM, and careers. So that is my job. IT, social media, community and education, all these things, all these great positions that are hidden but really make up a great company.
Do any of your other companies have something that was not just named, that Crystal did not name, that Georgia Power has? Any surprising hidden careers inside of your business?
Okay, so working at SGMC Health, of course, we are a hospital organization. So as a hospital system, you have to be able to operate 24/7, 365. And if something goes down in the hospital, somebody has to be there to fix it. So she did mention some of them. We have an engineering department. They are there to fix all kinds of things. We have an IT department. We also have an education department who works with our staff to make sure that they have all the resources that they need. We have an accounting department. Again, my position also, it's hidden, right? Human resources, most people don't think about you, right? So those are all some of the hidden career fields that we have at SGMC Health to help operate, to be able to provide patient care on our side.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to go to our next question. Now, I think this is a great one for you, Israel. So we want to talk a little bit, or ask a little bit, about your current partnerships or interactions with the local school systems. Can you talk about what you have going on?
Yes, obviously with Ace Electric being a locally grown, founded business in Valdosta, Georgia, we also spread out throughout different parts of the country. We have an office now in Ohio, one in Tennessee, one in North Carolina, Atlanta, Macon, Statesboro, and obviously Valdosta. So the current partnerships that we have right now with some of the local schools, obviously being here in Valdosta, we work very close with Wiregrass Technical College, and obviously any of the schools that are surrounding or neighboring to Lowndes County, Valdosta. So we do have summer internships for high school students, and we also bring in even those students that are at the technical college, Wiregrass. We also have a partnership with Ogeechee Tech, the technical college up in Statesboro. This is going to be our second summer where we're going to be also connecting local high schools with the technical college, where we're going to be also offering summer internship for high school students as well. And we are gradually moving all the way to North Carolina, where we also have an office over there, and we also are doing summer internships for high school students. So we're trying to partner as much as we can with any educational institution, high school, technical college, or university, or whatever that can provide anything related to the electrical engineering or even electrical program.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I noticed you didn't want to toot your own horn, but I believe you guys were nationally recognized for some of your work partnering with schools. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We have worked with Lowndes County School District and CTAE program there, and our director there has been exposing Ace Electric with the work that we've been doing in connecting with high school and high school students. That it has actually gained a lot of traction and a lot of attention, not just in the state of Georgia, not just in Lowndes County, but across the nation, where that program, the concept that I'm talking about, a summer internship, we call it the AMP program, where we're bringing high school students for about a 6-week, 8-week program or internship. The first week we do safety training, we do tool safety, and then once we get them all situated with the safety that we require within the company, then we assign them to the job site. Sometimes they go into the field, or sometimes we even place some of those high school students with the IT department or the HR department. So we try to find something that connects those high school students with something that they're going to enjoy or maybe pursue, when they graduate from high school.
Absolutely. How about you, Carly, with CJB? I know you have some partnerships going on.
We do. So I'm going to take it down to the middle school level. We make sure that we participate in most all of the middle school career events so that we get our name out there. Sometimes manufacturing can be a little scary because most of the generations now are not as familiar with manufacturing as the older ones are. And so then at a high school level, we partner with Lowndes County High School with their work-based learning program, and we have a few of our lab interns who are high school students. And then as far as the college goes, at VSU, we have partnered up with VSU to help with some of our training of the lab techs, whether it's a course that they offer and we can take our lab techs on site to be trained, or they come out to our facility and help us with any of the testing equipment. As far as Wiregrass goes, we also will partner with Wiregrass. We recently completed a maintenance training where we had an instructor come on site with us and help our maintenance folks get trained a little more in the electrical side of things.
Fantastic. And Reggie, you're a statewide program, so I'm interested, what kinds of partnerships have you seen out there between schools and industry that your program's been a part of?
Mostly we get to partner with middle schools and high schools throughout the state of Georgia. From Blairsville to this as far south as we've been so far as Valdosta. And we get to work with Board of Educations, we get to work with local Chamber of Commerce, as well as economic development throughout the different schools and counties that we actually get to go and visit with our mobile workshop. Also, we get to partnership with Georgia Power, Ace Electric, and just a whole lot of industries throughout the area that help promote what we are promoting. I mean, and so there are going to be industries that are pertaining to, like, we'll just say, for instance, like Black Airplane that's up in Woodstock, Georgia, that we also partner with. There's a Marcus Foundation that we also partner with. And so there are a lot of partners that we have that help us, like WorkSource Georgia, the Department of Labor, that help us to promote what we're doing, to go in different schools, different school districts, and we're trying to touch every county in the state of Georgia. And I think last year we may have been around 87 counties. Wow. And so each year we're trying to get into more and more counties throughout the state to help students understand what we're actually trying to do.
You're a little more than halfway there. Georgia's got a lot of counties and you're making good progress. That's great. I want to draw attention on this video to a great CTAERN video that was produced out of Lowndes County that describes a lot of the opportunities that businesses can tap into with our local schools through work-based learning. I know there's a lot of mythology around it in terms of how old a student can be and work in industry or do some of those really challenging jobs, safely, and how some of the benefits available to businesses that partner that way. So check out that video and make sure you dispel some of those myths holding you back from a great workforce right there in the high schools. So our final question is one that I'm super interested in. My company does a lot of work with youth in foster care, so this is a discussion that we have all the time. What's your advice to students who might feel discouraged about their future career? Maybe their grades are not where they want them to be, or maybe their family situation is a little tough and they just don't see themselves having a bright future, or when they come to an expo like this, they don't think it really applies to them. First of all, what's your encouragement to someone that may not be a high performer in school, and what future could they find in your business? I want to start with Carly. Would you like to start?
So my advice is to not let your current situation hold you back from what your future can be. We have close to 70% of our workforce, which is almost 200 people, that have a high school diploma or GED, and they are very, very successful in their current position. So, of course, college is for some people. College is not for everybody, though, and so we specifically have opportunities for folks that just have their high school diploma. And outside of that, we have an education reimbursement program. So let's say someone starts and they do have their high school diploma and they are very interested in becoming an engineer for us, then we have a program that would reimburse them for their costs to go to school for an engineer. So it would help develop them educationally.
Israel?
Obviously, me, retiring from the educational arena, I worked at the Department of Education as well. There's a tendency sometimes that we think that every student coming out of high school is going to go to a university, or that we're supposed to encourage them to go to a technical college or university. But a lot of times that doesn't happen. We understand grades and family backgrounds or issues like that, economic issues, that a lot of the families or students face. But with an ACE Electric, we do have something that a lot of companies probably don't have, is our own apprenticeship program. So for students that do not have that support, or supports at home, or sometimes the grades weren't able to make them where they can get the financial assistance that they need to go to a technical school to pursue a career, a certificate or diploma, or whatever they want to. ACE Electric, we do have an apprenticeship program where if those students have a little bit of the hunger, they might not have the grades and they might not be able to continue because of whatever reasons, at ACE, they can do their apprenticeship program where we can have them working at a job site if they get employed. And that's going to be the key. You must get employed. Right. You must have a job. You must work with ACE Electric to, get the benefit of participating in the apprenticeship program. Right. Once you're there, you're there. I mean, we have our own instructors that are going to make sure that they're successful while they're working and learning and get on the job training. And, the only thing we ask is that they just purchase the textbooks, which a lot of times when they finish the program, that those monies get reimbursed back to them. So they can get what they can get at a technical college with us for free.
Fantastic.
So SGMC Health, we do offer tuition reimbursement. The main thing is you can't hesitate to go into a field in an entry-level position, because you can go into a field in an entry-level position, find something that you're crazy passionate about, and that passion will give you purpose, and that will drive you towards success. And the key is finding something that you're passionate about, so that you have purpose, so that you go to work every day and you truly love what you do, because you will spend more time at work than you will with your family, than you will at home. So truly finding something that you're passionate about, it gives you purpose.
Love it. Crystal?
I want to say I agree with everything all of you have said, by the way, too. I'm sitting here shaking my head. But absolutely. And same here. I mentioned earlier that, we have a lot of opportunity for folks right out of high school. And I just think that students who have that drive and that work ethic and that, desire to succeed. And I also like to talk to students about what success means. It's not always $1 million, pro athlete. It's being able to support a family and, just have a good life. I think that's what success is. So it's different. It looks different for everybody. But we do have a lot of great opportunity at our company as well, and I think it's just really up to the student, like you said, find your passion, see where you fit in, and then I think it kind of just becomes second nature to take it all the way.
Absolutely. Let's pass the mic all the way back down to Reggie. I'd like you to have the final word on this one. I'm going to ask this question. I saw the trailer outside, the Be Pro, Be Proud trailer outside. It's got chances for students to put their hands on equipment, even if it's virtual, and try their hand at different career fields. Tell me a story about a student that you saw standing in the crowd, didn't look so engaged, and because of what your company does, what your organization does, you saw the little spark begin in their eyes. Any stories like that at all?
Yesterday we were at Gainesville High School, and we are, most of the time, we're assigned MVPs, student ambassadors, and they get to work with us and help explain to their peers about each simulator that they are responsible for taking care of for that day. And there was one young lady, her name is Kimberly, and she was able to come out and work with us for the 2 days that we were there. And her assignment was to help train and show the other students how to navigate our Lincoln Welder system. And after doing it for 2 days, her response was, I think that I just might have found my niche. I was like, what's that? She said, that's welding. She said, I really enjoy welding. And getting to see that spark in that student's eye, to me, is what I get to see on a regular basis, is hope. That we have a mobile workshop that looks like a gaming trailer, and sometimes the students say it's a taco truck, but at the same time, it's a message of hope filled with games that represent something that can turn into a lifelong career. And to have students that have no idea of what it means to be a plumber, they only think toiletry. But there's HVAC, there's also gas, there's also pipes that have to run to chillers and back. And so getting them to see the difference to where you mean I can be a plumber and not just have to. It was like, well, I'm not making the best grades. It was like, well, you're looking at a person that didn't make the best grades in school either. But I've been successful because I always had pleasure in working with my hands. So I encourage students 3 things. Number 1, get as many skills as you can while you're in school. That's the most important thing, because most skills are going to be relatable regardless of what job you find, even after you graduate college or finish high school. Number 2, I ask them to look within themselves and know what their talents are, that everybody's been given a talent to succeed. And last but not least, she said it best, what's your passion? Because if you have skill and no talent, you have skill and talent with no passion, it's useless. So I try to get them to apply that to where there's a need. There's a need to skilled trades. So where there's a need, there's opportunity. Where there's opportunity, somebody's going to pay you for a solution. And that's what I get to see in the eyes of the student, is when they can, that makes sense. That brings the joy and satisfaction of what we get to do with Be Pro, Be Proud, George.
Thank you very much for that. I'm sure all of us have similar stories working with our community. And once again, I want to thank you all for being a part of this panel today. All of these responses, I think, will indeed bring hope to the audience that will be watching this, whether they are adults in their careers, students thinking about their careers. And I believe it is the job of every leader to create conditions in which anyone can thrive. And I believe we're all doing that for our community. So once again, thank you. We're going to go ahead and close out this panel discussion. And we hope you get the chance to reconnect after this video with some of the resources that are available on the Georgia DOE website and some of the work that our local chambers of commerce do to improve workforce development education in our communities. Thank you very much.